Hi, Internet world. This is Amy Dickinson Campbell, and it's the 13th of May of 2021. And I'm doing my check-in on the series of What I Know Now. Now, I haven't done one for a little while because there really wasn't much I could tell you. I had to just let things play out so you could see for yourself. Now, following up on the election fraud, the stuff that has gone to court has all gone in favor of Trump's teams. All gone in favor of Trump's teams. The fraud was very evident and very real. Now, what that means for us right now, I don't know. I don't know if Trump's going to end up being put back into office or whatever. I don't know. Or they may just say, well, no, we're just going to finish out this term or what. I don't know what this means. But I do know that it does vindicate so far all the stuff that has happened to Trump and his people. But what that means for us, I don't know. Now that I've said that, let me explain something about the fraud. If you haven't woken up to the fact that the fraud was real and that the fraud happened and that they're abusing their authority as a direct result of allowing the fraud, and this is both sides of the aisle, people. Mitch McConnell knew there was fraud and he didn't let anything happen. The vice president at the time, Pence, knew there was fraud and didn't let anything happen. He's like, no, we're not going to look at it. We're not going to look at it. We're not going to look at it. This is what we get when we don't stand up as people. This is what we get. We get gas prices that are out of control. We get jobs lost. We get food prices that are out of control. We get people dying because the Biden administration put us back in the Paris Climate Accord. Now, I'm going to back things up a little bit, back to December or January, I can't remember. Everything's happened so fast. No, I guess it was after Trump, so it couldn't have been December. Was it February, I guess? When that big freeze happened in Texas. Well, the whole Southwest, and the big freeze happened. Well, the reason why Texas got hit so hard was because they were using alternative forms of energy, solar, wind, all this stuff, which is great. Those are great. But when the temperatures drop below a certain level, the machines can't handle it and they shut down. And so the staff knew that was going to happen. So they put in a request to be able to switch over to the fossil fuel during the time of the freeze. Well, because we're back on the Paris Climate Accord. Now, Trump got us off the Climate Accord. Texas wouldn't have even had to even ask a question. Trump had already gotten us off the Climate Accord. And so when Biden put us back in it, if they had used the fossil fuels without permission, it would have, that company that handles the energy in Texas would have been fined $1 million a day. $1 million a day. So they said, okay, we're going to request. Well, the Biden administration didn't even answer them. Didn't even answer them. Like, no, we're not going to talk to you. We don't care about your people. This is what we're dealing with here. An administration, these people that are supposed to be working for us don't give a rat's ass about us, and I'm a little pissy about it. So, and then they shut down the pipelines, and the other pipeline got hacked. If Trump had been in office, this wouldn't have happened. I don't care what you said. And then Anthony Fauci is an ass, and everybody knows it. And now it's coming out, which I've known the whole time, it's coming out that he's had his little tentacles and all this stuff, and that this vaccine's not a vaccine. I've been trying to tell you guys this, but now you just have to wait till it comes out in the mainstream news because you don't listen. So, anyway, Fauci and Gates, frankly, should be tried for treason. So right alongside Obama and Clinton, Hillary Clinton, they should be. And Biden, Biden's son Hunter. Oh my gosh, they're freaking bought and sold by the Chinese. Bought and sold by the Chinese. There's a lot of treason going on right now, and if you guys can't see the effects of it, I don't know what to tell you. I can tell you there's some other stuff going on that has nothing to do with politics and nothing to do with globalists, nothing to do with New World Government, nothing to do with any of that. The solar output. We're in what they call a grand solar minimum cycle, which means our UV protection around the planet is at its least, but the solar output should be at its lowest. So it should balance itself out. Well, it hasn't been. We're in the grand solar minimum cycle, but the solar output's been incredible. It's been like beyond X-class flares. I mean, you should see the pictures of the blasts coming off the sun, and they're so bad, even though that right now they're not earth facing, they still mess up the magnetic pole, and they're expecting some earth facing ones to hit. They said in a couple of years, by 2023, some of them should hit so bad it'll do one of two things. It'll either fry the planet or it'll put us into an ice age. It's that bad. So alternative forms of energy, EMP shield. I think there's a website called empshield.com. Let me double check it. Let's see. And if there is, guys, get these things and get alternative forms of energy, like a Kohler generator or a Generac generator. Yeah, empshield.com. These guys can protect your equipment from whether it's a man-made EMP, which is electromagnetic pulse, or it's a solar EMP, which are probably even worse. Solar flare protection up to 228,000 amps. That, if you're getting 228,000 amps, man, your hair's frying. So yeah, it works. They're not cheap though. Like the Generac generators and the Generac specifically is the one that they've been rated with, but they've got other companies that are really good generators, but they're expensive, guys. So you need to like start planning for this stuff now. Those home generators that'll keep you going, you need to make sure that you have a way to fuel them, and then the EMP protections are about like $350 a piece. But they protect your electronics and everything working. So even when we get blasted, your stuff will still keep going. It'll still work. So you'll have energy, and you'll have ways to cook, and ways to heat your home, and ways to light your house, and all those good things, which are super important. I don't have an EMP shield yet. I'm working on saving up for those, and I've got a guy coming over on Tuesday to talk about quotes for some home generator systems like a Generac, because this way you're protected. Because you just need to be able to keep on moving and keep on trucking when everything's shutting down. So, because it's going to get worse. Forget all of the bad Biden stuff, but naturally it's going to get worse. The sun is really going nuts. So anyway, guys, protect yourselves. Get yourself a home generator system, and get yourself EMP Shield. It's empshield.com. I don't get anything from this. I'm just telling you because it's super duper important, and that's what we're shooting for. And also make sure that you have ways to keep your water clean. It's really important because you can cook and everything else as long as you've got water and ways to cook and ways to heat. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Anyway, that's what I know right now. And so a couple of things to remember: empshield.com. Look for generator systems like Kohler or Generac for your home, and again, those are not cheap. And spaceweather.com. Keep an eye on spaceweather.com because that'll help you stay because it updates and keeps you up to date with the most up-to-date information. So it's really important. And just prepare because it's going to get worse before it gets better. It always does. But again, I'll keep you posted on stuff with Trump. But I don't know. If Trump had been in office, none of this stuff would have happened. But as far as the Biden stuff wouldn't have happened. But the solar flares, there's no controlling that. So you need to keep an eye on space weather, because regardless of who's in office, that's still really important. All right, I love you guys. Forgive my frustration. I'm just... So anyway, you guys have a great day. And be blessed out there. And yeah.